My name's Kale, I'm 21 years old and I'm CEO and majority shareholder of MuscleX. So originally I'm from the Gold Coast. I moved over here when I was 19 to be with my mum, because my mum moved over here because unfortunately at the time she was sick and she moved over here because it was the best place for her to be. So I followed my mum to help take care of her. Unfortunately, a couple months later, she passed away, and at that time, I sort of had the decision to make whether to go back to Australia, go back to the Gold Coast, or to stay here and focus on something positive. And I came to the decision that that's what I needed to do, because I knew if I went back home at that time, I probably wouldn't have gone down the most positive path. I wasn't in the best headspace, so I chose to stay here. And find something positive to focus on, and with the help of my cousin Ben, I sort of ended up getting into web development, coding, which was quite different for me, because I've never really been into technical or IT side of things. I've sort of always been into my sports. I was a personal trainer previously, so it was a weird thing, but it did sort of suit me, because in a way I've always chosen to do things that I don't initially pick up easily, and I didn't initially pick up web development or coding easily. I just tend to commit myself to things that challenge me a lot more. I guess over the next 6 months to a year, I taught myself to code. I taught myself to build websites. I knew I wanted to be in the supplement industry, and with the help of my cousin Ben, we then incorporated MuscleX as an official company, and I was working at a gym at the time, and we met Shane Hunter at the gym, who's CEO of Nutrition Systems, the biggest wholesale company in New Zealand, and it just worked out so well. We look back now and it's just so crazy how it worked out, because so many things had to fall into place for us to even get started. We look back now and it's crazy that MuscleX is even able to exist. So many things had to happen and had to go right for us for it to work. But at the moment, the main things that we're working on are sort of all surrounded around growth. Trying to make sure systems are in place so we continue to grow, not only now, but sort of lay those foundations to allow us to continue to grow long term and not get too far ahead of ourselves with how quickly we are growing now, but make sure it's sustainable, make sure we sort of put the things in place we need to now to enable that to continue to happen. So for MuscleX, like to be completely honest, I just want to create something really cool, that we can that people can look at and gain inspiration from. As I said earlier, as MuscleX, we just aim to encourage people to have that desire to progress, to improve themselves both physically and mentally, and that's why we offer supplements as a product, because we believe it's a tangible representation of that. I mean, if you're using supplements, it is showing that you're trying to improve